Hi, everybody. I'm here with Michaela, Kayla Ricketts, and we're going to be talking about recruiter enablement. So, Kayla, thank you for joining me today. Give us a quick
Thank you.
introduction to you.
Yeah, sure. So my name's Kayla. I've been in recruiting for, gosh, I think about 12 years now. Started out in agency, moved in-house, I think about 6 years ago. Still love what I do, fell into recruitment like everybody else. I currently work for HackerOne, which is a cybersecurity company. I've been here for about coming up 2 years, and I'm lead recruiter.
Right, great. What does lead recruiter mean?
Yeah, so I'm a lead for EMEA, so it means I tend to either work, I guess, more complex roles or lead on projects. And then we have two other recruiters on the team as well and a coordinator.
Yeah. So, tell me about what's recruiter enablement to you? What's it all about?
Yeah, so it's a really interesting topic because I've never seen it, really done well, like so far. The recruiter enablement to me, I guess, is it just ensuring that recruiters have all of the tools and all of the training, which evolves like all the time. Our jobs, like the industries, like the legal requirements, changes all the time, and the data, being able to kind of harness the data to be able to do their jobs as well.
Okay. So, give us some recommendations. Are there particular things that you think that we should be thinking about when we are making recruiters more effective in their jobs? You said you haven't really seen it done very often,
Yeah,
but what are some of the
yeah.
things that you might have done? You said you're involved in projects, for example. Like, are there specific things that you've been involved in or you would recommend?
Yeah, so I think for me, one of the biggest things that we miss out, like particularly in-house when recruiters join, is actually giving them knowledge of what the company do.
Yes.
So like in-depth knowledge of like the products, being able to how to talk about the company, how to sell the company, to people. And that's actually like it's so basic, but it's something that I see like missed a lot. So actually what we're looking at the moment is how we can bring in these resources like into our team meetings. So we've got sales enablement trainers, for example. So we're going to bring her into our TA meetings. We're bringing like chief of staff and other like subject matter experts into our TA meetings to be able to kind of upskill and up level our knowledge of the business. And actually that, I think, as a recruiter, has always been the hardest thing for me, because you're just thrown in, into your role. Like, here's these racks, we're dying for a recruiter, go work them and hire us people. But
Yeah.
I think companies really need to stop and pause and say, how can we get this, recruiter to be able to position our company compared to other companies? Do they know the basic about the product? Do they know all the tooling? So we're looking at kind of trying to pull that information from other areas in the business to be able to educate ourselves.
Yeah, no, that's a very good important point. So, bringing managers in and getting them to present around what's called going on. Um, what about tools and things like that? I mean, most companies have got an applicant tracking system, of course, but are there other tools that you think are useful for enabling recruiters?
So we've just implemented a new ATS, and we're over the moon with it, actually. So we have implemented Ashby, which has incredible like sources of data. So in terms of like what we can read and how we can create kind of more improvements within the department, like Ashby is fantastic for that. So it's got a dashboard. I sound like I'm on an Ashby advert now, don't I? But I love
No,
it.
that's all right. Yeah.
But it's got a dashboard that hiring managers can access, so they can self-service and like understand, the data points
Yep.
behind their recruiting, which I think is fantastic. It's really customizable as well. So we're using that. We use LinkedIn Recruiter, Talent Insights. We've just taken out Horsefly as well, so we're just starting on that. And there's others that we're looking into. So we're looking into GEM and Circa at the moment to increase our diversity hiring as well. So I think once you start to build out kind of all that data,
Mm.
and can see where you need to improve, then that's really helpful for being able to procure like more products.
Well, I mean, it saves you a lot of time, doesn't it? If you've got something like Horsefly, then it's going to be able to tell you like where the countries where the most people with the skills you're looking for are, and what sort of salary ranges should you be looking at, and all sorts of things that save you a load of research time of your own, and also save you a load of time talking to candidates who just they're never going to be suitable.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Best to
Um,
go to market really as well. So it saves a lot of that before you're going to market, speaking to people, realizing you're off point, that it's when you're looking at, new locations, understanding like where best might be, where we should be hiring, and what the data is showing for those regions as well. So
mm,
incredibly helpful.
okay. What about
What about
like
uh,
recruitment related learning, because things change so fast. There's new ways of doing things, new ways of sourcing, new ways of engaging, new ways of doing assessing people and all that sort of thing. How Any recommendations for like keeping up to date with that?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, in the UK, a lot of what I do is self-learning. Like I am, the only person in EMEA, so I keep up to date with like CIPD. I signed up to, a lot of employment, like lawyers' websites, so I can get updates on like tribunals and cases for the
Yeah.
region. So if there's anything, that you would have never thought, would have potentially been an issue, like becomes an issue, you're aware. Um, we in terms of like our team, we've got LinkedIn Learning, which is really handy for like
Hmm.
globally. We
Yeah.
have access, to lawyers. We have our legal teams, and we have other kind of add-ons to that team as well that we can always get the information from.
Yeah.
But to be totally honest, it's never really extended like in any of my roles much past that, which is, I think, a huge piece like for recruiting as well.
Well, I think that for people with less experience, that could be a real challenge. But because you've got quite a lot of experience, you and your company's called HackerOne, right? You've hacked ways of doing it yourself by signing up for the law firm updates and stuff like that. Because yeah, I guess you are going to be seen as a first point port of call for employment law related stuff, and
Yeah.
all that kind of thing for Europe. American companies don't always spend a lot of time on it. So
Yeah. And we're
yeah,
really lucky here. We're really well supported by legal, but there are like obviously smaller companies, where recruiters might be joining, and they don't necessarily have that support. So yeah, it'd be great to kind of know what's out there as well.
yeah, wonderful. Kayla, we've covered quite a lot of different subjects today. It's been great to talk to you, and thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.